This is for every teardrop wasted in vain, like the innocence of a raped virgin in the hands of merciless evil. For every soul that saw justice in doing wrong unto others like it was done unto them. For those lost in this world, seeking retribution through vengeance instead of change. It's like the slaves who had to bleed for their liberty, march and fought for the rights to be considered humans, in the land of the free, dreaming of nothing but freedom. On the days they were set free, how could they have gone back to Africa and Liberia and out of hatred of self, out of greed, enslave their own people? The fate they suffered from, not cast onto others, onto their own kind. And every teardrop that was ever shed for them, wasted in vain. It's as if the African had yet to bleed for their liberty. Maybe they wanted to see them march and fight for the rights to be considered humans as well. So they stripped them of the opportunity to dream, the opportunity to be their own masters and amend their own destiny. If racism justifies slavery, shouldn't slavery justify racism? If not, I guess it was never about black or white and we're all nothing but fools. In the cemetery, the ghosts of the colonists are still laughing and celebrating, breakdancing and moonwalking to the sight of the oppressed, becoming the oppressor. For their actions need no further justifications, and they can turn around and tell God, we have done unto them like they would have done unto others. This is for every teardrop wasted in vain, like the blood of Jesus on the cross. For every soul that saw justice in doing wrong unto others like it was done unto them. I would shed a tear for a Jew if he would shed a tear for a Palestinian. I would shed a tear for a Palestinian if he would shed a tear for the Lebanese. I will never shed a tear for all of humanity, just the innocent, the victims born on the other side of the fence. I would shed a tear for the Tutsis who were murdered by the Hutus through the genocide of Rwanda. But then I remember how they seek refuge beyond the borders of Congo just to turn around and murder our people for years. Over 5 million died. Pictures of burnt corpses overflowing the rivers. Bodies mutilated with the same type of machete that was once used on their own people. And crime against humanity is an understatement. When we speak about the raping of women and little girls, they say it was inhumane, but I ask, how do you characterize a human? And then, mother told me the stories that flowed as a sad melody. Years before the genocide, as the Tutsis were fleeing the rising tension in their own country, beyond the borders of Congo, in our refugee camps, our soldiers also raped their women. And the president was ready to segregate them because their bloodline started mixing with that of ours, out of love, in between those who were not bound by the hatred, in between those who can see the difference between a human being and a human being. I would shed a tear for 9/11. I would shed a tear for America, but its foreign policies are in support of those who fund rebel groups, overthrow governments, wipe out villages and destroy nations, all for natural resources. In countries like Peru, El Salvador, Colombia, Panama, Congo, Sudan, Syria. In the third world, poverty and instability thrives for many reasons. Not knowing who to cry for no more. For every time I see the oppressed becomes the oppressor. For every time I see people do wrong unto others, like it was done unto them. And I have to remind myself that it is about the innocent, because never again will tears be wasted in vain. Thank you.